Hi, St. Paul's community. Coming to you a little different this week because this coming Sunday is really important in the life of our church, and I wanted to talk with you for a moment to make sure that you know what's happening, make sure you're going to be there, and help you be prepared for our time together. There are two really important things that are going to be a part of our Sunday together this week. The first of which is we have a congregational meeting at 10 o'clock in Spangler Hall. Our whole community will gather together, and we have three important pieces of business that we're going to attend to. The first is which we're going to be electing some new members to serve on our congregational council. And I'm grateful for Steve Bajan and Pam Taylor, who are willing to put their names forward, feel the Spirit might be calling them to use their gifts as leaders on our leadership team at St. Paul's. And so one of the things we'll consider in our time together is voting them in as new members of our leadership team. The second thing is considering our operating budget for 2019. There's a lot of information sent home to your household the last week or two that have a narrative of our budget, a spreadsheet for those that really find those numbers helpful. But there are a couple of important decisions we're going to make through our budget about increasing our worship life and our learning life and increasing our mission support to the wider church, as has been our practice for the last couple of years. And so we'll consider that together as part of our congregational meeting this Sunday. Finally, we're going to be considering whether to renew our participation as an internship site with a Lutheran seminary. St. Paul's was an intern host. We had vicars from 2008 to 2013, and many feel the Spirit is calling us to consider doing that again. And so part of our meeting this Sunday will be considering our participation again for the 2019-2020 school year. So all of that will take place for all members, and guests are welcome to come and hear about this as well. It's at 10 o'clock in Spangler Hall. Our whole community will be together. The other thing that's happening on Sunday is we have worship, of course, and in the midst of our worship life, we're going to be committing our pledges of time and talent and treasure for the coming year. And so also what was sent home in these packets of information to households was some information about preparing us to be able to do that. One of those things was this purple flyer that talked a little bit about specific ways that you might use your time and talents in the coming year from needs great and small around the life of our church. And also was sent home this blue pledge card, where on one side it invites people to make a commitment of time and talent for you and for your household, and on the other side for treasure, how you might join me in increasing your giving to the congregation in the coming year. I shared in our print newsletter earlier this month that my intention for my household is to continue to increase my giving. I give proportionally a percentage of my income, and I'm increasing that by another percentage this coming year, and I hope you'll join me in increasing your giving to both the mortgage responsibilities we have and to our operating budget. And so you can do that on these pledge cards, and to come on Sunday with it ready to commit to God in these envelopes as well. And during our worship service together, we'll have an opportunity to be able to pray and to commit these gifts to God and to the work of our church over the coming year. And so I hope as you are engaging in this work this week that you're preparing your hearts and minds, you're engaging in active, open conversation in your household to consider how you might continue to be generous to our congregation so that we can be generous to our community and to the wider church. So there's a lot going on this week. If you have any needs for any of the resources to prepare you for this week, you can contact our church office. You can see our Friday newsletter. There's a link to be able to download all of the documents that are available. We'll have extra copies on Sunday, but I hope to see you in worship either at 9 o'clock for contemporary worship, 11 o'clock for traditional worship, and especially for our congregational meeting at 10 o'clock in Spangler Hall. Look forward to seeing you this weekend.